Whoa!
Welcome
Did that play out weirdly on your thing?
Sure did. Welcome to the show, everyone. How are you? What are we rocking today? It's Saturday. Beautiful Saturday out there. What? Talkback with Thane and Sophia here till about 10-ish, 10:30. Got a whole lot of cool guests on the show tonight. Talking to Jasmine Whiting, who has got, we are Whiting Sailing. Whiting Sailing is teaching young kids the sailing, which is bloody good. Also, we're speaking to Yvonne Lorkin. She writes for wine for the Herald, which is quite nice. And then a couple of podcasters, raps and chats. Alea, just before 10 o'clock. How you going?
Man, I'm tired. I'm good, but I'm tired. It's Valentina's birthday, as you already know, tomorrow. So, I just put together my little radio flyer tricycle, and I don't know, just feeling a little tired.
Didn't win lotto, so jackpots to 42.
Again.
Oh, gosh.
How many times does it take to stop buying tickets when you don't win, though? I don't ever buy a ticket when it's jackpotting. I'll only ever buy a ticket after the big jackpot is won.
It's weird, isn't it?
Well, my theory is the numbers go down so much in terms of people who are even interested or even paying attention to lotto because someone's just won it. They're all deflated and knowing, I'm not going to buy a ticket. Someone else got it. What an asshole. And I'll go in and scoop up $1 million.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. That's enough for me.
I like to kind of go for the big jackpot. I've got very much some really weird self-belief that is going to be me. And so, I'm totally in jackpot mode. Yeah.
Oh, either one works though, doesn't it? Either is a win. I've won the lotto a couple of times, small time wins. And every time that I have won has been I've chosen my own numbers.
Right, okay.
I've never won from a machine. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe it's a sign.
$42 million though. How about that? Wow.
It's so much money. It's crazy. Although talking to CB the other night, I forgot to put my ring light on, guys. Ready? I'm going to turn from exhausted into sensational. Ready? Watch this.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Timo Toothpick says, what would you do with 40 million bucks though?
So much fun stuff.
Yeah.
I'd buy a house for sure, a couple of cars, go on a holiday.
That's cool.
It's all cool stuff. Well, you've put this on me now. Are you doing something?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the live show playing in the background. Yeah. G'day, Michelle. How are you? Yeah, I'm trying to get
Thane's at my house tonight, and he's hooking up the television, so we've got a bit of reverb. So I've got my headphones on. Thane's at my house tonight, putting the show on so we can watch ourselves while we're watching ourselves do the show. Headphones on. Thane's at my house tonight, putting the show on. Really weird.
Michelle, are you going to say anything, or are you just going to sit there?
Hello. While we're watching ourselves do the show.
I'd like that.
Wow, that's why. Okay. Thanks, Timo Toothpick.
Yeah.
That's a cute name. Hi, Michelle.
I'm trying to fix my speaker on the
oh, you got it.
Okay, you go and fix that, Michelle. We'll come back to you in a second. We've got our interview here.
Okay.
We're running some dodgy kind of she's over there on the couch. I'm over here in this breakfast bar business. And there's feedback, there's slow internet going on tonight. It's crazy. Be with us, everybody. We're better than this.
We're here.
Yeah, g'day guys. How are you?
Very good.
Fantastic. Excellent. So we've got Tiny and Jazz Whiting. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, guys.
How's it going?
Very good. Good, man. Very good tonight. We didn't win lotto, but, I wasn't counting on it. But, yeah, hopefully next week.
We haven't checked yet, so we still might have. You don't know.
Oh, no, Jack won't. 42 next week.
Oh, that's mean. They thought they had a chance there.
Yeah. Oh, well. Hey,
Next week.
guys, we just want to talk to you about sailing. Can you tell us what, whiting sailing and then this kind of collab you're doing with Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron? Because this is exciting. We've got 3 girls and we want to get them into an alternative sport.
Yeah, well, sailing's an incredible sport. I mean, I've been doing it my entire life and professionally competing in the America's Cup and Olympics and things like that. And Jazz and I have got a beautiful young family that we now spend heaps of our spare time club racing and cruising in the beautiful summers of New Zealand and Bay of Islands and places like that. And, this new venture with the Yacht Squadron is just a new opportunity to get the sport out to a much wider audience. My mum's been teaching people to sail for 50 years. She's taught 35,000 people how to sail at the Penny Whiting Sailing School.
Wow.
And this is Jazz and I sort of taking over the mantle as she retires, and we're not quite as tough as her. She did the whole thing on her own, but we've just decided to do it with the Yacht Squadron.
Fantastic. Hey, how hard is it to sail? Because I've never really been a water baby. I'm the kind of person who likes to wear what I refer to as shoe booties in the water. You know, those little shoe booties, so you can walk around and you don't stand on any fish that are unbeknownst to them. But I'm starting to get a little bit more into the water. I like the idea of a boat, but I don't like the idea of falling in and not being able to survive. What are the chances? How easy is it? Is it safe for kids and or me?
I can pass this on to Jazz because we've been married a couple of years now, and she had very limited sort of experience, and now she's certainly a qualified sailor. So,
as safe as you prepare yourself to be, you have all the equipment on board, and if you've got the knowledge behind you as well, it's as safe as any kind of sport that you can do. Obviously there is the risk of being on the water, and if you're not familiar with that kind of thing, and if your kids aren't familiar with it, then of course there's that sort of added risk to it. But it's just a matter of getting out there and getting involved and sort of learning the basics and being sort of just a bit careful and cautious with what you're doing. And it's a lot of fun. It's not anything to be apprehensive or scared about. It's an awesome sport and hobby and just sort of way to even live your life. It's an amazing thing to do with kids.
And you always feel better when you come out of the water. I'm always like, oh, it's cold, or I don't want to. But then when you do it, you come out and you're like, oh, I feel refreshed. I'm part of the earth. Look at me. Like you just feel 110%.
No, it's one of the big differences with what we do is that, and this is what my family's done for a couple of generations, is that we introduce people to sailing using keel boats. So it's much easier and safer and sort of, I guess, less shocking to learn on a bigger boat. It might be counterintuitive, but a bigger boat has more, has like, it moves slower. You're not getting thrown around, and it's not wet and fast. Everything sort of happens a lot slower, and you can have people like myself on board guiding you through the experience. And so, so a lot of people, they might typically throw their kids straight in like real small single person dinghies to learn to sail, and it can be quite a daunting, scary experience. But so what we're doing is we have a 55-foot yacht called Emotional Rescue, which is just down in West, named after the Rolling Stones. Yeah,
is that parked down at the by Boy Cafe, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, right outside.
Yes. Okay, I saw that and I had a good giggle at the name. I loved it.
Yeah. So Emotional Rescue is like a legendary boat from the 90s here in New Zealand, and was built and owned by a very infamous America's Cup sailor, a guy who taught me a lot when I was younger. And I had the opportunity to buy the boat, and Jazz and I have spent a lot of time and effort and money getting it set up to teach and take people out sailing. So as soon as these lockdowns sort of lift, we'll start taking people out sailing on Emotional. And so that gives you an idea of the sort of the size of the boat that I'm talking about. It's, you have up to, can have a group of sort of 9-10 people really comfortably and safely. And so it's going to be a matter of going out and doing some club races and school holiday programs for kids. Sort of, I mean, we've got kids, our family, well, between us, we have 7 kids. The oldest is my oldest son, 17,
Awesome.
and the youngest is Darcy, who's 1 year old. And we've got 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and they all take part in sailing the boat. And, you know, they're all wearing life jackets and harnesses and clipped on, but it's a really, really cool experience. It's a great family. It's an incredible family sport, like, in that respect.
We're so going to do that with you guys. That sounds awesome. My kids love that stuff. And again, you know, with me and my shabutis, it's not ideal. I definitely need help in that department.
You know, with the America's Cup and how they sometimes media goes on about espionage and someone broke in, is that for real? I mean, how do you kind of steal secrets from America's Cup teams?
Yeah, it's a huge part of it. It's a huge part of it. There's so much money and technology involved, and when you're preparing for the next America's Cup, it's who's got the design edge, and so there's a lot of money goes into sort of. I mean, there's a part of the team that's sort of maybe tracking down the rumors, following up on the rumors. Certainly, there's a lot of photography going on and all that sort of stuff, and there's been some pretty extreme measures in the past of teams trying to do, trying to get the upper hand. But there's a lot of cloak and dagger. The America's Cup has a lot of cloak and dagger stuff. I'm pretty happy to be now just on emotional rescue.
But isn't it amazing that you can start off in like one of the little single ones, sorry, I forget the name, but end up on the world stage like that in front of millions and millions of people? You can go all the way, and we have.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Bloody outstanding.
Yeah, we've such a great. Auckland is such an incredible place. You know, Auckland and New Zealand is such an incredible place for sailing, and we had amazing summers away up in the Bay of Islands, and it's just an incredible opportunity to be part of a culture that's like on the water like that.
Yeah. And also what a heritage, right? Boy, it runs through your family. Runs strong.
Yeah.
Now, Michelle's got a question. Michelle's in a wheelchair, and she says, as a person with a disability, Tiny and Jazz, have you ever, or Penny, have people with disabilities taking part with sailing? Is that a thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, there's a couple of different ways of doing it. There's sort of being assisted aboard a boat like ours. And then there's the Yacht Squadron have a class of boat called a sonar, which is a slightly smaller boat. They're about 24 feet long, and they're designed for sailors with disabilities. And so they're sort of they're a really safe kind of enclosed boat. You sail with 3 other people, and so they've used those in events around the world, or just getting people out sailing like that, whether it's blind sailing or people with disabilities. So absolutely, there's no doubt about it.
Awesome. That's fantastic. And so where do you guys go from? Obviously down at the West Haven Marina. Is that where you're going to be doing it from?
Yeah,
excellent.
We're based out of West Haven, and you can catch us at whitingsailing.com or through the Yacht Squadron. And there's great things going. You can come and learn how to race if you want to come and learn to race on a Friday night. There's a club race called a rum race. Maybe Thane will be into that. Sounds like a bit of him, but
he'll be right into that.
Yeah, where do I sign up, guys? Honestly, but also a couple of people said it's quite life-changing, especially if you're working as a team, to get out there and actually do it as a team. Teamwork's bloody good.
Because they used to send kids off. What's that big boat, and they're just mucking around in school, and they send you off to do that bloody adventure thing. Yeah, and they come back and they're like life-changing. Yeah. Is it like that?
It's sailing in general is like that. Sailing is a practical skill. So, while it's technical, the most important thing that you're doing when you're teaching someone to sail, and Jazz is a far more intelligent person than I am, and I'm lucky to have been doing this my whole life. But the fact that she was able to pick it up so quickly is because she's got really great practical skills, and it's just learning the practical skills of how to handle yourself on a boat, and seamanship is a huge part of that. And so on boats like Spirit of Adventure, Spirit in New Zealand, that you just become part of a community on board, and this wonderful environment where everyone's sort of looking after each other, and what matters is sailing the boat in the right direction, and food, having a cup of tea or a rum with your mates, and so it's an awesome, incredible environment for that sort of thing, and very formative.
And what about, okay, so sailing for me, when I look at the squadron and I drive past it, I'm like, oh, this is for super fancy rich people. I'm not going to get down with that. I'm too nervous. What if everybody's awesome and completely qualified and I look like a dick? It's not for me. Is it that way? What's the, or can you just get in there and just stop being a worrywart? Tell us, what's the community like? Can you join the squadron if you're just a human, or do you have to be luxurious human?
No, you can absolutely just join as any kind of human. I will say that absolutely everybody that we sail with and hang out with down the squadron is awesome and not at all overly qualified as a sailor. It's a passion, it's what you love doing. The people are fantastic, but you don't need to be overly skilled. I walked into the squadron knowing absolutely nothing apart from going out drinking on boats. And then I learned how to sail, and then I joined the squadron, and now it's what I do for a business. I'm married into it, but it's an incredible atmosphere, and absolutely anybody can be a part of it if it's what they want.
Disclaimer: you don't have to be covered in tattoos. We're sort of more.
Yeah, that's the next thing.
I've got a few, but I haven't quite clocked up as many as you guys.
I'm not sure if we quite fit in. We got to have our turtleneck blazer, but.
Fantastic. Hey, what's it like getting a neck tattoo? Is it painful or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is painful.
Yeah. No brain, no.
I've got a few that I'm taking some off now. It's I'm lucky because I was one of the people who didn't really commit, a little bit, little ones. But I've got some of the kids' little memory. Well, you can see it's under my watch, but it's in Sanskrit. Oh, where am I? There I am. So that one will stay. But then I got that one, and it was that's time for it to go. Not quite as bad as you guys. If you were trying to take yours off, it'd take you quite a while. But that hurts quite a bit. It bubbles the skin. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, the laser is horrible.
The removal's way worse.
The noise is terrible.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
The noise is terrible.
No.
Excellent. Hey, well, guys, thank you very much. Sorry, you say?
Oh, no, just what I was going to say is there's, talking about before, it's just, when you're coming past the squadron, it's an awesome group of people. There's some really great social things that go on down there on most weeknights and certainly on the weekends. And if you see us down on Emotional Rescue, don't hesitate to stop and say hi, because you can have a conversation from the boardwalk, and we'll let you come down and see the boat, and but let's plan on getting you guys sailing soon.
Yeah,
100%. Absolutely keen on that. And so, just for people who are watching, if you want to get into it, and let's obviously out of lockdown, blah blah blah. What's the cost? Is it doable? How long does it take? What days, etc. Yeah,
so the Learn to Sail sort of program. If you're starting from scratch, the Learn to Sail program is the first part, and that's sort of based about it's four 3-hour lessons. It's around $700, and it's a really intensive, really good fun sort of course, and that's going to get you on the road to understanding the basics and the confidence to step onto any sort of boat, and really from there it's while there's an investment in learning in the initial stages, but then after that, the club racing and all that sort of stuff is just going out with friends, really, and the network that you establish through the yacht squadron and the people you meet that way. It actually doesn't cost you anything after that. Just the rum at the bar after racing.
Awesome. That sounds totally doable. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much.
No, all good.
Awesome. Hey, well, thank you very much for your time. We'll definitely check you out, and we'll, guys, go and join them on their Instagram. I appreciate coming on a Saturday night. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Sounds good, guys. See you later.
See you
soon, guys.
Fantastic.
Have a good night. See ya.
Man, that was interesting. They sound like some pretty cool cats, don't they?
Absolutely. And I always walk past the squadron and I do go, oh, I don't know what to do. I wouldn't dare. But, you cut yourself out of your own experiences when you think like that, and I shouldn't be like that. And I'm sure other people probably, if I'm like that, other people are probably like that. So, it's nice to just hear that it's an open thing where you can get in there and join and get your kids in and it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, I would totally do it. And I've been to Mauritius to look for MH370 back in the day. And I thought I was going to be a massive, like, kind of seasick type person, but not at all. I think it's just one of these things you hold in confidence. You know that you can actually nail it. And then, boom, you get out there and, yeah. Not a drop from me. I was quite impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a seasick person, but I don't like touching the bottom with my feet.
Well, you're not going in the water, are you? You're staying on the boat.
This could be the perfect sport for me, actually.
Yeah, no, I think it is. And everyone looks so cool when they're on boats, especially America's Cup boats and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. And I was super jealous of other human beings when they were out, when we had the America's Cup and everyone else was out on boats, like staring at them, like, oh wow, oh, the foils, oh yeah. And I was sitting at home.
Hey, I was wondering if someone can message us and tell us what the state of the audio is like tonight. Be kind.
We're trying.
We're really trying to put a show out tonight, but we realise that we are a little bit limited with what we can do because of the setup and whatnot.
Because we're 2 meters away. All the computers are bouncing.
Yeah. And I've got such a damn big face that if it's very hard to share a camera. What is this?
Oh, Byron says there's an echo.
Yeah, I thought there would be an echo. Oh, God.
Do you want to just come over here and sit next to me?
How about I direct the show and you try and give it a go? We've got a Herald writer coming up next. Because I'm going to press all the buttons. You think? Yeah. Michelle, jump on and talk to Sophia so we can get rid of this echo business.
Somebody jump on. I don't care who it is. Michelle, Drew, Michelle, Byron, Stefan, all of you. He said, turn the volume on the TV down. The TV's got no volume on. It's on mute anyway. So I don't know. It's just because Thane's computer is right there and it's open and it's coming through his speaker and then coming through mine. I don't know what the deal is there. And yeah. What's he doing now? He's putting something else on behind me.
Hey, just say we're going to be back after this break.
He said to say that we're going to be back after this break, but I don't know what's happening. So,
Talkback with Thane and Sophia wants to put you in the draw for a box of Lava Pie pies. Here's the incentive. We want to grow this beautiful community. All you got to do is share the show. Share the show on Facebook. One share is one entry into a delicious box of Lava Pie pies that will draw this Friday.
ta-da! Is it better? I hope it's better. So we're going to interview someone who likes wine. And is she coming in soon, Thane? Thane's running off he's scurrying into my bathroom. Who knows what he's going to find in there. Hopefully some better internet / no echo. And we're going to talk wine. Thane? Where are we? Oh, hey, Michelle. What's up? Thanks for coming in and not leaving me here dawdling, twiddling my thumbs by myself.
You can hear me. You can hear me, but you can't see me.
I can see just the top bit of your face like this, and that's the only part I need. That's fine. That's enough for me. I'll take it. If that's what's going, I'll take it. What's been happening today? Have you been feeling a wee bit better?
Yeah, not too bad. I've been watching the Vexathon.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
What do you think about that? Did you enjoy it?
Good numbers. Good numbers.
Yeah, we did have. I love how New Zealand's turned it into it's almost like a little telethon, but for vaccinations, which is just sort of weird. How's the toilet seat there, Thane? What do you think of my bathroom? You got your sound on there?
Can't hear you, Thane.
It's the power of the bathroom. It's the power
Sign language.
He kind of looks like one of those guys from the
Peace.
sign language thing, doesn't he?
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, now you are. Now you are. All right, so now we know when you're here, you have to sit on the toilet
No problem.
to do the show. All right, great. That's mine. Don't touch that.
What do you do with this? What is this thing?
Oh, that's for sculpting my face. Don't use it.
Okay, fine.
See, don't go through anything else. There's much more sordid affairs in that bathroom than my face sculptor.
Hey, Michelle, so you saw the Vexathon. I watched probably about 10 minutes of the Vexathon. I thought, you know what? Not bad. I thought it was going to be far worse, but I was blown away with the numbers. How about you?
But you only wanted to watch 10 minutes of it, is that right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, I didn't get up until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I had taped it. But I had taped the rest of it in the morning.
Taped it? How do you do that?
Sky.
Yeah.
Sky
right.
recorder.
Okay, gotcha.
No, it was mainly based on Maori television, but there was a live feed to TV2 and a couple of other stations as well.
That was pretty good for Māori television, though, right? To get the
bloody good,
presenters out.
Yeah. Julian Wilcox was fronting it.
Yeah.
And Mihi was on it too. Mihi.
Minaj?
No, Mihi.
Oh, Mihi Narangi Forbes?
Yeah. I can't say that.
I haven't seen her for years. Although I don't watch TV, so that could be it. It could be me, not her.
No, Mihi's nice. I used to work with Mihi back in Aotearoa television days when that was before Māori television. I was working there, and no, she was fantastic. Young reporter. Also, one name that I remember when it was 3 national news back in the day, and Tukuroi Rangi Morgan used to do his kind of like, he used to be the Māori affairs, anything brown, they used to send or Tuku out there to do the coverage. And he used to have that staunch, Tukuroi Rangi Morgan, 3 national news. And I thought, yeah, great. Iconic. Yeah.
Right. So what have we got another interview coming up here?
Yeah, well, I mean, we basically cut that interview pretty short because the feedback was ridiculous. Yeah, which was a real bloody shame because those two were very interesting. I couldn't hear them properly. I think we need to rebook them a bit later on and really do that interview.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do them justice because that was a good interview that we ruined.
Yeah, absolutely. What have we got here? We've got Selena, what's she saying? Saw a lovely all-girls kapa haka singing performance from Wellington on Vex Live. Well, that's pretty good. It's just wrapped up. All those guys will be hitting the pub soon, wouldn't they?
Yep.
9:30.
It finished at 8 o'clock.
Surely they can't.
Why not?
Well, they've got some stuff to put away, but that's about it.
What? No, but when you're level 3.
Oh, yeah.
Level 2 is Wellington is in level 2.
That's right.
Oh, hey, right. You're talking here.
Michelle, what's your favourite Elvis track?
Oh, boy. Oh, gosh, what's it called? Puppet on a String.
Oh, gosh.
Not the one by Sandy Shaw.
Right, okay. I only know the top line hits, like, won't you wear my ring around your neck?
Yeah.
Do we have to suffer this right now?
Sorry.
Goodbye. Where's Luke tonight?
Jodie William, 10,000 vax down here in the mighty Waikato. Hi, Jodes. How are you? Yay, go the mighty Waikato. I can't wait to see you, by the way, when this is all over and I can come over to your house and see your horses and you and your kids and your lavender and your mandarins. I hope they're still mandarins. And also, Mum's been saving a bunch of egg cartons because she claims that your chooks are having a lot of eggs and that she's going to come down and take them. So I hope that's still happening.
That's good. So what were the numbers at the end of the day, Michelle? What did we get to?
100-something thousand, wasn't it?
I think it was about 129,000. Just shy of 130,000 vexed.
And pretty good on the numbers today as well. We got down to 49 or something, I think. Had a bit of a drop.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're just going to squeak past this whole debacle that we think that we're walking into with all this. What do you think? Do you think we're going to be able to eke past?
they think Auckland's going to be past 90% in 5 days.
No.
Yes.
What, first jab?
All up. Well, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, first jab.
I wonder if Jody knows. Jody, please jump on if you want. And yeah.
Oh, there you go. Jode said, perfect. Yes, I have very productive chooks, eggs, but no mandarins. I'll take eggs and hang out with you and a cup of tea.
Hang out with you and a cup of tea. Sounds like a country
See
song.
your fish and your little fish tank and your bird who doesn't like me. Jodie is one of my mother's oldest friends and also one of my oldest friends. She pierced my ears when I was like 7. She is fantastic. I can't go on about her enough about how much I love Jodie. And she has bought a place down in the Waikato and she's got horses and chickens and cool kids and a bird and some fish and obviously eggs and now no mandarins. So there's the backstory for you all, which you probably weren't interested in. Anyway, you've got it for free. That's the info. So, what
some
else?
Some scary news from me, guys. I've got some scary news. So I stay out of Beachlands, and Beachlands has got some wastewater, a positive case in the wastewater. So Beachlands people are scared very easily. So I'm predicting there is no bread at the local countdown.
Not a crumb.
Eh?
Not a crumb. Not a crumb. They go for the toilet paper. They go for the bread. They go for, that coffee, all the essentials, which is understandable, really. But I think
the Cruskits. Oh boy. The Vogels, they love it. The Reisensteins, all that kind of stuff. All gone. And I tell you what, Beachlands, they love dills, they love pickles, they love wholemeal
creamy
bread.
Milk. Creamy milk. The Whitakers just gets eradicated as soon as anything. And all the mince. All the mince is gone. Happy Saturday, Melissa. Thank you for joining us. And Jody says, who the hell eats Cruskits? I'll tell you who. Anyone who's doing those bloody Weight Watchers or something, I'll have a piece of avocado and some light cottage cheese on a Crusket. Just have a piece of bread.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right. Although I shouldn't say that because people do try hard and good on you.
The persimmons are gone. The persimmons, they're out of here.
I can't wait till persimmons are back. I love persimmons. They're one of my favourite fruits. Fact.
Persimmon is your favourite fruit. I don't know where you start.
One of. I like the mangoes. I like the persimmons. You chop them up and they're like a little crunchy, sweet thing. Baby loves those. Valentina?
Yeah.
She is ready for watermelon and strawberries though. What about you, Michelle? What's your favourite fruit?
I always say, like with passion fruit, I say that I don't like the fruit, but I love the passion.
There you go. There she is. Fantastic.
I love the passion, but not the fruit. I'm not a fruit eater.
All right.
Only fruits that I can.
Hey, we're going to push on our guests here, guys. Well, you bridged us perfectly, Michelle. So I'm going to pop you off, and our guest has arrived.
Melissa, yes, Thane is at my house at the moment and he's had to go to the toilet, not to use the facilities, but because we're having massive feedback problems if he's just next to me a couple of meters away. So he's doing us all a solid and he's existing in the bathroom for now. It's all we've got. Totally. Apologies.
Does it sound like I'm in the bathroom?
Yeah, it does, but it's okay. It's comforting. It's nice. It's like having like someone talking to you while you have a shower. I always like that. Otherwise, I find I get lonely. I'm so used to having like 3 kids asking me questions. Having that 15 minutes shower or something by yourself is a bit unnerving.
Are you one of these people that can't be alone in their car and always need to call someone just to bridge their gap from like a supermarket home or something like this?
Yeah. So there's only 2 things that I'll do. I'll either sing embarrassingly loud to really loud music, and it's usually like disgusting hip hop or something. Like if the kids are not in the car, I'd be like, yeah, what? And like I'll just rev myself up. I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's like gang signs or something. But or I'll call someone and have a conversation, because I don't usually have time for that. So I allocate all my friendship conversations into the time where I don't have children in the car. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Okay. 9:36, everybody. Our guest is here. G'day, Yvonne. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Fantastic. Yeah,
It's
good.
pretty
So
Thank
a
you
little
for
bit
joining
feral.
us.
I've been gardening all day, so there's literally like twigs in my hair and mud on my frock. So
Out
I
there
was
doing it.
not thinking that at all. I was thinking, gosh, you look radiant.
oh, a touch sunburn, but all good.
You look like
I'm coming
Rebecca
to you live
Gibney.
and direct from Hastings.
Are you in Hastings?
Yeah, that's where I live. So my
Wow.
businesses are in Auckland. Everything I do
wow.
is in Auckland, but I live in Hastings, and so since the lockdown scenario, I've been hanging out in my hood in Hastings and doing everything remotely. So there you go.
That is
That
so
must
cool.
be so
Now,
good.
just looking at what's stuff in your background, you look like you're in out of Auckland. You're either deep in the heart of Grey Lynn, or you must be in Hastings.
Do you know what? This is actually I'm in my son's bedroom. So my kid he's 19. He's at Otago University. He's off.
Yeah.
He just finished initiating himself into some house in Castle Street called Big Red, where they had to chun on your mates. It's so great. I mean, but he was really happy about that because it worked and it was warm, Mum, apparently. So this is his old room. So I've got bits of art stacked on his spare bed, and this is just So that's kind of where I'm working at the moment.
It's got a real arty vibe about it, which is nice. And you know what? I love a candle burning in the background. That's one of my Thanks to Sophia, I'm converted into a candle guy now, and I just think, what have we done before candles? I mean, obviously it was Game of Thrones and all that kind of stuff, but the beautiful fragrant candles, amazing.
They just calm everything.
Yeah.
And Thane, there's one candle. There's one candle that I've been desperately trying to find, and I'm not a big scented candle person because I'm not big on scents because, my job, being a wine taster means you can't have any scents, no perfume, no smelling, no nothing. So I'm not allowed to wear perfume. I'm not allowed to wear anything really smelly. So on the occasion where I can have a smelly thing, I love me a scented candle. And there's one that I've been desperately trying to find, and it's called Queenstown Fireside or Central Otago Fireside, which is like,
who's it by?
Oh fuck, I don't know. It's like one of those really like uber stylish candle companies.
Is it Diptyque? No, it won't be Diptyque.
No. It's a local one. It's not Diptyque. It's like a New Zealand company, and it's like hearth embers and smouldering oak and all that gorgeous stuff. And it's very androgynous, right? It's not a it's like a chick candle. There's no fucking lavender or
no, you don't want lavender in a candle. That's repulsive.
No, it's
you've got to go for the ambers and the musks and the ouds and things.
No, it's very androgynous. It's very kind of unisex. Queenstown Fireside, it's called, and I can't find it. It's always sold out. So I need to. That's my favorite.
I'm immediately googling it. Just I don't know.
There's nothing worse than a candle that maybe you picked up.
Oh, Glass House.
Yeah.
Michelle's already done the hard work.
Yeah, absolutely. That's them.
Okay.
That's the ones.
Okay.
Glass House. Yeah.
There you go.
Totally.
I was saying you don't want a candle that smells like a urinal cake.
No.
Well, no.
And some of them do. Those.
There might be factions of society, Thane, that want that. I mean,
they're not welcome in this conversation. Jeez Louise.
But we should talk about wine. I mean, do you both like a good wine?
I don't drink anymore. I used to love a good wine, and I really did some research. I did a lot of years of research into which wines I enjoyed.
I love the fact that you put everything into researching.
I did. I just put so much effort in. I was like, you know what? I'm at the top of my game and I'm ready to retire now. You know,
Yeah,
I think I've done it all.
There's
nothing more
nothing
for me
nobler.
here. Yeah. The rest is for you all. Enjoy.
Mine was.
I used to love
What
the
about you,
gimlet
Thane?
gravels down in Hawke's Bay. That
Yeah.
from there's a beautiful wine called the Sophia, and that's a craggy range. And I think that was one of my favorites, mostly because it was my name. But I also went in and tasted that, and it was absolutely beautiful down in the cellar. Oh yes, amazing. Yeah.
So
Love me a
this
craggy
is
range.
this is the not the Sophia, but this is the La Sol from Craigie Range, and so Sophia is the Merlot based top end red that Craigie Range do. La Sol is the Syrah based red that Craigie Range do. Have you been to Craigie Range?
I have, and it's incredible. The duck there was like the first and last time I'll ever eat duck because it was just so beautiful. And I tried it somewhere else again. I was like, what the hell is this? Oh my God, it tastes like a man. But
did you go? Like, did you go
amazing.
into
And
the
they were
winery
so
and did
kind.
you walk into that room and they've got all the like a dozen of those amazing massive oak vessels like in a
Yes.
circle in the
So
Sophia room. So you've been in there.
I went in, and because they were like, wow, you know, obviously we were drinking the Sophia, and they were like, oh my God, your name's Sophia. We want to take you in and we want to give you some from in the barrel. So they took us down and gave us some of the Sophia that they were, I don't know what it's called. Were they resting it? What is it? Like a pork chop that you rest it? I don't know. It sits in there. What is it called? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, basically it is. It's like it's arresting it, you know. It's like so the wine can have some kind of quiet, sleepy time. You know, undisturbed
lusciously becoming perfect, like Sleeping Beauty. It was wonderful.
I love the fact that there's comments coming up. So Michelle Hall has just said, if I try wine like I have in the past, chances are I'll end up under the table. But you know, the thing is, Michelle, you just have to practice.
Well, you see, I did a lot of that too, and it didn't quite work as well for me as it sounds like it worked for you. But what is the best way to drink wine to most thoroughly enjoy the flavors? I mean, a lot of us, I'm not going to say it's necessarily New Zealand, but a lot of us have a glass of wine and it's not just with dinner or something. It might be that we're having it as our main thing. You know, we're drinking our wine. So what is the best way to, I mean, A, do we need to let it breathe? Is that a thing? Is that an actual thing? Is it necessary? 2, how do we most enjoy it in a healthy, flavorful, delicious way?
Okay, straight away, because that's quite a big question. There's a lot to unpack there. But the first thing is the whole breathing thing. Right. So my dad loved his red wine, right? And he would open a red wine at like 9 or 10 in the morning back in the day. So we're talking like the 80s. And he would take the cork out and he'd put the bottle in the hot water cupboard and let it sit there. So the hot water cupboard was where you would put your sheets and towels and things.
Yeah.
You know, and he would let it sit there until 6 or 7 at night when his mates would come over, and then they'd, you know, oh, you know, the wine's been breathing all day, and then drink it. But like literally, it was vinegar. It was just horrendous. So that's one thing that you don't like. If you let's say you have a really gorgeous red wine or a Chardonnay that you have spent maybe $25 or more on, and you know people are coming over and you want to serve it and make sure that it's the best it can be, right? That it's living its best life. Get like a if you've got a decanter, awesome. But if you've got one of those 2-liter Pyrex jugs from Briscoe's, just whip the cork or the cap off that thing, glug, 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 glug into it, swish it around, pour it into the bottle, do it twice if you can. that warmth of oxygen that you give the wine is just going to elevate the whole experience so much, because you think about wine, it's been trapped inside this tiny little bottle. It's a living thing. It's just waiting to kind of go, wow, jazz hands in your mouth. So you got to give it its best opportunity. So, but if you just let it sit there for hours and hours and hours to breathe, like literally only the first couple of centimeters of wine in the neck of the bottle is actually going to benefit from it. So that whole lengthy breathing thing, no, just decant, slosh,
Certainly
slosh,
not in the
slosh.
hot water cupboard
Yeah,
either.
yeah, totally good. That's all you need to do.
Okay.
I've totally forgotten what the other part of the question was. I'm really sorry.
The other part of the question was just how do we most enjoy wine to get the flavors out of it rather than just like diving into it to just get hammered.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why I did it like that.
The best thing is don't have shit glasses, right? So
Okay.
How, and I can kind of relate this to, like, if you go to someone's, like, if you go to your nana's batch, and there's these little goblets that are like from Cobb and Co or something, these tiny little things, or they're made out of pewter or something foul.
Yes.
There's
that's disgusting. Yes.
Terrible for wine. So the best thing you can do is just get a goddamn, like, a really good glass, like something like this, that has a really fat bum. A really fat
I love
bottom.
a fat bum on a glass.
Get a fat bottom, right? So
where's that
go
from?
to Briscoe's. That's right. I mean, I go to Briscoe's all the time to buy my glasses. I mean, I get given glasses from glassware companies all the time, which is lovely. But I can't, I mean, I'm a writer, so I can't afford to buy lots of them, but I can afford to go to Briscoe's. And they have great glassware all the time on special, but as long as you've got a tulip shape, so a really fat bum and a tulip high side top. And if you pour your wine into that, you can give it a really good swirl. And the reason for being able to swirl it is wine's a living thing, right? It needs, just like us, it needs warmth. It needs oxygen to live its best life. Now, some wines, the aroma molecules will stay really close to the surface of the liquid. So, like Chardonnay, you'll need a sort of a more shallow glass. If you've got like Syrah or Merlot or Cab Sav or Shiraz, you need a high-sided glass, because the aroma molecules are lighter and they kind of flip. They just want to fly out. So you want to trap them, right? So yeah, you want a glass which has high sides and a fat bum so that you can do that. Now, it's really bad when you can get really nerdy like me. I do this all day, and I'll go out with a mate who'll say, "Oh, Yvonne, come out and we'll have a cup of coffee," and I'm doing this shit with my coffee.
Do they go, "Oh, would you give it up?
Bad.
Give it a rest, Yvonne. You're killing us." But, it's the viscosity of it as well, though, isn't it? And how it comes down the side.
Yeah, viscosity for a Saturday night.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting word. And, and I hear it because I go to a lot of these flash sort of PR company dinners with, wine brand guys and women, but mostly the guys. And they'll look at the glass and they'll go, "Ooh, look at that. Ooh, very snazzy." And they'll tip it like this and they'll go, "Ooh, nice legs, nice legs."
Yeah, that's the one. Nice legs.
And everyone goes, "Oh, if it's got nice legs, it must be great." Okay, so here's the thing. What happened, and on my camera on this laptop is really shit, but what happens is when you swirl a glass of wine is made up of some really interesting stuff. It's like alcohol, acid, water, all sorts of things. So when you swirl it around, the alcohol is going to stick to the insides of the glass. The water is going to stick to the insides of the glass, but the evaporation rate is different. So alcohol evaporates faster
Mm-hmm.
than water. So you see these kind of little seams running down the inside of the glass, which is literally just the alcohol evaporating. So people go, oh, that's got great legs. And it has
But it makes no sense.
makes no sense. It doesn't have any
Do you think they
indication
know
of,
that?
like,
Do you
it
think they
doesn't mean
know
the
they
wine is
sound that
better than
stupid?
any other wine. It's like, oh, it's a bit boozier, but
Right.
what? Like,
It hasn't evaporated yet. Check this out.
yeah, like, but you see, but guys do it. They go, oh, it's great legs. But the Americans are
Maybe they
interesting
just like
because
saying
they swish it around. They go, oh, lovely church windows, because it
that.
kind of goes in. And you're like, yeah,
Oh, that's so
nice.
cute.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite then for if you are drinking without eating? What's your perfect sort of little tipple?
My perfect
And what's
little
your
tipple.
perfect for with food?
Well, I'm kind of thinking you guys are all picnicking, right? So, I really love a good little prosecco. You know, prosecco or
Mm-hmm.
a good sparkling. And people ask me all the time. They go, you know, what's your favorite wine? And I actually I say a lot. I go, you know, it's sparkling wine like Methode or champagne because it's like the anti-wine, like for me, because it's not all about fruit. It's not like Sauvignon Blanc, where it's like passion fruit and
Yeah.
capsicum. It's not like Riesling, which is like lemon lime, or Chardonnay, which is like peach. Or Pinot Gris, which is nashy, you know, like good sparkling wine is crazy. It's weird. You can't even, it's really hard to kind of put your finger on it. It's like nutty and yeasty and brioche and almondy.
It's definitely yeasty, and it sort of can collect in this little lower part of your throat if you have too much. You know that feeling? You're like, oh my God.
I know.
Yeah, it
and
really
I love
does
it
have
because
that.
it's so mental. It's like it's a crazy wine, and I love it. So sparkling wine is my thing. It's my jam. I love
That's
it.
the picnic
So,
go-to.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's a
it's
good
a
one.
picnic go-to because you think about the stuff that you bring on a picnic. You go, okay, there's going to be some cheese. There's going to be some grapes. There's going to possibly be some pastry like bacon egg pie or a quiche or something. There's
I
also
just
going
made
to
a
be,
mean bacon and egg pie tonight, actually,
my
which I
God,
was
bacon
quite
egg
happy
pie.
with.
You can't see it, but
Easy,
you
so
don't get
easy.
pies like this without bacon egg pie. I'll tell you that for $1.
But it's just the ease of it is great too. And you're like, yeah, that's right. I made that pie. It took 5 minutes.
But it's also like you can't get like little things like salami and prosciutto and all those yummy things. They're so salty and full on and yummy that you just need like a sparkling wine that is kind of neutral and lemony to kind of balance all that stuff out.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, tell me about Gewürztraminer. Am I pronouncing that right? Or is it totally wrong? You look
No,
shocked
you're
and
pronouncing it
disappointed.
right. I'm
Okay,
such a Gewürz slut. I love Gewürztraminer so much and so hard, and it's one of those styles that is so untrendy. Like people just
so untrendy, but
it's
so
untrendy
beautiful.
that people just go, oh, Gewürz, you know, it's such an 80s thing. But man, oh man, I love Gewürz so much. And do you know, I eat a lot of Thai food, Asian food, you know, curries, anything with ginger, coriander, garlic, chili, anything. And oh my God, Gewürz is the best wine, no holds barred, for any
If
of
there
those
was a
kinds of
Gewürz that
foods.
you could recommend for people who don't know
Yes.
what the hell we're talking about,
Yeah, so
I remember I
Gewürztraminer,
tried one on Waiheke Island, but like I got absolutely fucking obliterated and I can't remember what it was. But So I'll let you do the honors on that one.
Yeah.
since you're the
Oh
expert.
my God, there's so many great Gewürztraminer. So Gewürztraminer, for a start, there's two words. Gewürztraminer means spicy wine, right? So if you go into the supermarket, like if you're going down to Pack and Save or New World or whatever, and you want a really good, reliable Gewürz, Main Divide from North Canterbury, Hunters from Marlborough, they always do a good Gewürz. Who else does a really good Gewürz? Leverett Estate. They're in Tauranga. They do great Gewürz, and it's in supermarkets everywhere. And the thing about Gewürz is so awesome is like when you smell it, it's like lychee and ginger and spice and gorgeous things. Like it smells like if I don't know if you have a nana or an older auntie or anyone that you ever used to visit, but when you open their bathroom cupboard and there's this cloud of cold cream and lavender and talcum powder and all those gorgeous,
it's really that lychee sweetness, isn't it? It's so
floral.
pretty and
there's beautiful old-fashioned floral scents. That's what Gewürztraminer gives you on the nose, and then as soon as you taste it, a good Gewürztraminer should have spicy, full-on, refreshing, zesty, gorgeous flavors. And so this is an interesting thing about New Zealand, right? Is that ever since we began embracing like Eastern cuisine, like curries and things like that, it's really funny because you get a lot of dudes that go there and they're like, right, I'm going to order the beef vindaloo. I'm going to order whatever it is that has 3 chilies next to it. I'm ordering that. I'm going to order the steak that's the size of a toilet seat, and I'm going to put like whatever the most hardcore spicy sauce on it. And it's a BYO, so I'm bringing the Cabernet Sauvignon that I've had in the pantry since 1985. And you can't do that. So when you have chili and like alcohol together, and then you have tannins, which are the chewy characters that you get in red wine, it's just a car crash in your mouth. It's awful. Nothing's going to work at all.
It sounds like a car crash in your digestive system as well, right? Like all sounds pretty intensive.
So bad. So, you've just got to say to your dad or your uncle or whoever that's like thinking about bringing the Cab Sav or the Syrah that they've had in the wine rack since 1977.
Keep the cap on.
Just go, no, let's just get a Riesling. Let's get a Pinot Gris or a Gewürz. That's going to be way better.
Go the Gewürz. Well, it's good. I'm so glad we talked Gewürz.
I'm really interested to find out what Thane thinks about all this.
I just love this.
You take the lead now, Thane.
Yeah, sorry guys. I was in the background having a laugh. It was very, very funny chat. Hey, what do you think about this match? I always used to go for a Cumia River Pinot Gris with a side of a dozen oysters.
That was when we first met. That was our go-to SBQR, Cumia River, oysters. It was fantastic.
Whoa, amazing. Like, Pinot Gris and oysters, nuts good. Yeah, nuts good. Because, Pinot Gris, like, it's nashi, apple, acid, crazy shit. Like, it's Pinot Gris, a really good Pinot Gris is mental. It's so great. And then you have oysters, which are kind of salty, and there's this lovely umami note going on. I love it. Like, everyone goes, oh, no, you can only have oysters with champagne. It's like, well, yeah, but
that's
not all of us have a champagne budget. Some of us only have a Pinot Gris budget. I sure as heck only have a Pinot Gris budget. I'm a fucking wine writer. Like, Jesus. So I love that. I love the fact that, like nasty
And so with the
notes.
oh, sorry, Thane, you go. I've dominated the conversation.
I'm just going to say though, it's been such a wonderful conversation watching you be so passionate about wine and actually just laying it out like a normal human being. Now, I've been to a couple of these, PR junkets where they lay it on and then you're shoulder to shoulder with all these pros. And like you say, they pull out all the jargon. But this is just so, the way you talk about wine's great. I love it. I want you to come back. I wonder if it could be
you know what? It's a funny old thing because I mean I go to loads of wine junkets as well, and I feel kind of like a little bit out of my depth as well because sometimes I think, what are you trying to prove? I mean, aren't we supposed to be here just listening to stories and enjoying the wine and having a good time? I don't want to pit my intelligence against you. I don't want to pit my taste buds against you. I just want to learn,
This is not a high stakes pub quiz, guys. Jeez.
I know, it's like a high stakes pub quiz. Like Jesus. I know. But I mean, anything that anything that you ever want to know, if you're ever having a quiz or anything like that and you want some questions or whatever, hit me up.
Well, no, yeah, we want to bring you back. Absolutely. I love this conversation. It's the best. Yeah, so bloody interesting.
Absolutely.
And I want to know, it's an unpopular thing, probably you steer clear of it, but I stopped drinking coming up 5 years, and I haven't bothered to really dip into any pretend wines until relatively recently, and I sort of had a wee dip, and I thought, oh yeah, they're not bad, but they're certainly not, they're not the La Sol or the Sophia or the Cumia River. Have you been introduced to anything in the industry that's interesting around the non-alcoholics, or is there anything that you have in terms of insights?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Tell me about it.
So for example, so my husband doesn't drink, right? So my husband doesn't drink at all. He's become a bit of a zero alcohol beer connoisseur. So every single time there's a new zero alcohol beer on the market, he'll bring it home. He wants to taste it. He's into it. So he's been sober for about 3 years now. And
fantastic. Love it.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. So it's really interesting for me having this person that is surrounded by booze, and yet he wants the flavors, the aromas, the textures, the tastes. So he has a discerning palate, and he wants to try and apply that to a zero alcohol lifestyle, which is great. And he's found some fantastic examples to do that. But on the wine side of things, for so many years, it was just dire. Like literally, you'd want to scoop your own eyeballs out with a spoon every time a zero alcohol wine came on the market because they were so bad. But now they're actually getting really good, and Gießen in New Zealand are doing great things with a de-alcoholizing centrifugal system where they've got really high quality Pinot Gris, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Noir that goes through a centrifugal system, which keeps all the aromatics.
You're saying, is that like really spinning really fast?
Yeah, so the wine goes up to a spinning cone, and the spinning cone separates out the different elements of the wine. So you have the aromatics going one way, the color going one way, the alcohol going the other.
Wow.
And yeah, it's cool. So what happens is you trap the color and the aromatics, and you trap the alcohol. The alcohol gets taken away. You bring the aromatics and the color back in, and it becomes a wine, right? Without the alcohol. And it's actually really good. So you get the classic kind of, like if you're into Sauvignon Blanc, you'll get the classic passion fruit, lemon, lime, capsicum characters. The rosé and Pinot Gris, you get the nashi and the pear and the apple notes. I mean, they're not.
That sounds
the only
amazing.
thing that's missing is maybe a little bit of the weight in the palate that alcohol brings.
Yep.
But other than that, pretty great. And so New Zealand, and this is a great thing. So New Zealand is leading the way globally.
That's so good. We
with
really
these
need to,
de-alcoholized.
because
So New Zealand is doing incredibly well. So you have these really pure, really concentrated, true to type wines that you can drink and go, oh yeah, I'm drinking a Sauvignon. Oh yeah, I'm drinking a Riesling. Oh yeah, I'm drinking Pinot Gris. Oh yeah, with no alcohol, and they're actually really good. They're really.
I'm going to try those, because you kind of miss having something like, as you can probably tell, I was, like I said, I did a lot of research into my wine drink. I really enjoyed that. But, I don't enjoy the end result for me, which was never very pretty. But I miss that, the romance of the glass, the pouring, the enjoyment, all of those parts were probably more so what I enjoyed of the experience anyway. And then, so if you can get that with a non-alcohol, our alcohol removed wine, and you can still have your beautiful glasses and have that beautiful ritual. That's like,
and that's exactly what they do. It is exactly what they do. So it's very cool. And I like the fact that, New Zealand is sort of leading the way in that respect, because there's a company in Australia and a company in Southern California that were doing it like through the 90s and into the 2000s, and the wines were just awful. They were so bad.
We had a couple come through New Zealand years and years ago, and they were just like,
so bad.
Oh my God, this is so shit. I can't. There's no point.
Now they're really good. Now they're really good. So
that's right.
And there's lots of there's lots of zero alcohol stuff happening. So zero alcohol wines, zero alcohol beers. There's like zero.
There's whole sections now, right?
Stuff,
whole sections.
Yeah, there is. There's like the zero zone now, which is
zero
quite
zone.
cool.
I love that.
Yeah. Hey guys, I've got to wrap up the chat. Yvonne, thank you so much for joining us. And I'd love to speak to you again very shortly. I'm saying almost next week, because I've got some more wine questions, if that's a possibility.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Well, let me know if you want me to pop back on next week. Happy to do so.
Oh, okay. Yay, thank you so much.
It was lovely to meet you, Yvonne. Have a good night.
See you
soon. See you later.
Bye. Gosh, she made me want to have a glass of wine. She's got a real talent.
She is so lovely, and wow, what a gal. I love her.
And what a great person to have on the show, just like as a regular. That'd be bloody good.
Oh, heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Mate, how you been, Benny? Welcome back to the show, mate.
Bloody marvellous. Fucking Super Saturday. Spot on. How's everybody doing? Apologies for coming late. I lost track of the time.
At least you're there, man. Nice to have you. I've got my third interview of the night. We're just about to kick off now. We're running so late. Hold there, everybody. Here we go. My internet is so rubbish, but anyways. Hello. Hi, Alea. Okay, good. Fantastic. Hey, now, how's your sound? I don't think. Can you hear her, Sophia, or is it just me?
I'm just disconnecting my headphones so I can come in here properly, and now I can hear. Right. How are we going?
Oh, okay. Alea, you there? You got us? I hope so. Is it just me, or have I got them terrible?
No, we don't have any sound from her end. We
don't have any sound on your end, Alea. Sorry about that. Yeah, can't hear you. So I'm going to put you over there, and I'm going to bring in. I wonder if we've got scissor hands. You here? Hello, mate. Are you there? Oh, no sound there. He's sitting there, but he can't hear us. Let's go back. Hello, are you there? Oh, man.
What have we done to the internet today? What have we done?
Check. 1, 2, 3. Do you read me?
Yeah. We just don't have Alea. Have we got scissor hands? No. Okay. That's weird. Okay.
Everyone just check to make sure your mics aren't muted, and make sure you got your headphones on, and make sure your restream tab is also unmuted. Hey, Elton, can you hear us, bro? Check. 1, 2, 3.
No.
No. Someone write a sign.
Can't hear you.
Dang it!
What I'll do is I'm going to kick them out and see if they come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's all we can do.
Maybe you're just your distance from the router there is a little bit far today, Thane, since you're in the toilet there.
I don't think it's Thane. I think because it's still all working. Would it be? I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. A real head scratcher.
Real head scratcher.
Here we go. Selena, see if Selena, is it working for you?
Yeah, I can hear you, Thane.
Yeah, we can hear you as well.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Fine. Okay, maybe does she have headphones in? Maybe she should unplug them, plug them back in, and just go into like the audio hardware settings.
No, so you guys are all living proof that we've got sound and it's all working.
Yeah.
It's got to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe she should retry the link.
Give it another
Well,
go.
I think the link works. I don't know. Excellent. I'm just going to park you over there for a second, Selena. Won't be a second. Hey, so yeah, I don't know, Benny. I don't know how we're going to get these guys on the show. Yeah, we'll just have to wait for Anthony. Hang on, here we go. Alea's back. Alea, you there?
Please work. I can't hear anything.
I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Try unplugging your headphones if you.
Yeah.
Ben, I wonder
try
if
and
you
unplug.
can. I wonder if you can. Yeah.
No.
No. It's a weird one, isn't it?
It's puzzling. What can we do here?
I just retried the link. Can we vape? Yes, you can vape. Can't hear you. I'll just hear you on.
Try and plug your headphones out and then plug them back in.
Replug your headphones.
Thank you everyone for waiting while we sort everything out tonight. What an intensive internet day.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, we'll try and sort something out. Selena, do you want to play us a song?
No, I didn't know I was on the camera.
Come on. Yes, you
I'm
do.
too scared.
Don't be afraid. It's only us.
I'm very afraid. No, I just came up with a little melody today. So I've just been practicing that over and over and over. My chat is in the way. Chat box. Oh, yeah. So I've just been practicing that, sitting out in the sun. I put a table and a chair out in the sun, and the cat was sitting in my feet while I was playing. It was all very cheesy. And there's no way I'm playing. I'm not ready.
You're never ready. There's never a time. You can do it.
Woo, woo. I should just do it and just shut up and stop being a dick, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm shaking. Ah.
Okay, here we go.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
We got it.
I'm too nervous.
Don't be nervous. We're here to support you. We're not judging.
This is so scary.
But you're doing it anyway.
I know.
And you're already doing it.
Sophia. It's very basic, but I've got a few different variations, but I'm just sticking to the basic version at the moment. I don't have any lyrics. So yeah, I'll just keep practicing that and maybe serenade someone someday.
Hey, I'm just going to pop you off. I'm going to pop this guy off. If we see this guy. Mate, have you got any sound?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got sound.
Hey.
Hey, it's good to see Benny. I haven't seen you in a minute, bro.
Nice to see you, bro. You're looking good.
Yeah, bro, I've been getting some sun today.
Oh, mate, beautiful
Nice
day.
one.
Fucking
Hey,
awesome, mate.
mate, can you talk to us about the podcast? So it's called Reps and Chat, isn't it? Is that it?
Raps and chats, yeah. So, started as a radio show. Alea is definitely the one to talk to more heavily about the beginning of it. But I jumped on at the start of 2021. Oh no, actually no, end of 2020, last year. Jumped on the end of last year. She asked me to jump on as the DJ because it started as a radio show, but obviously showing a lot of love towards. I mean, the cope opera of the show, the whole idea is about mental health and spreading awareness about mental health. And yeah, and we like hip hop music, and we try to, bring. I mean, I try to bring music that hip hop for me always gets branded quite like negatively. So I always try and like spin some more like positive vibe joints. You know what I mean? And also like we get guests and stuff like that. Alea will be on real soon. She can talk heavily about that, but yeah, talk about guests about mental health and their struggles and what they've been through and how they've dealt with it. Where Alea originally started it, it was her and Rocky Ponting, and then Rocky had to bounce. He had to, do other things. And when Alea asked me to be part of it, I was super stoked because it's like mental health is something that I take rather seriously personally, having lost a lot of friends to suicide and stuff. So, it's cool to be part of that whole world.
Absolutely. And where are you coming from? Are you in a studio right now, or is that your room?
Yeah, this is my little home studio.
That is so cool. I love it.
It looks better looking this way,
turtle?
but yeah, I'm a big Ninja Turtle fan. I love Ninja Turtles.
That Ninja Turtle looks as big as my kid. That is huge. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's about 4.5 foot, I think. It's supposed to be life size.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah, good place to hang all the festival tags, as you can see. And he's got his COVID mask on.
Absolutely.
So,
did you get out to the Super Saturday today?
Yeah.
Did you go out to any of the Super Saturday events, bro, or just a day at home?
Day at home, bro. Just kicking it here, just hanging out with the family during, the sun was out, and I had to get not crayons, had to get the chalk out with the daughter and plaster the driveway and colourful things as best I can draw.
It's great fun that, eh? Very nice. Now you're an award-winning turntablist, aren't you, bro? Is that the right word for it?
Yeah, I would just say DJ, bro, but yeah, turntablist. I'm a turntablist.
Turntablism. Okay, cool, man. Well, give us a little bit of insight into how that all sort of came about and some of the places that this sort of art form's taken you.
Oh, bro, where do you want me to start?
Mate, just see if you can do speed run your story.
Speed run? All right. I started as a drummer. I sold my drums. I bought turntables. I became obsessed. I tried to enter a competition. I won competition. I traveled world to compete, and then and then now I teach DJing, which is great. It's fun.
Oh, so you've sort of gone the full circle already. And how old are you now? You in your 30s yet?
Yeah, early 30s, bro.
Wow, so you've already had a pretty huge career, and you've met and played alongside some of the world's greatest. You sort of do that DJ battling. Is that still a thing?
I haven't like DMC style. I haven't battled as such since last time when I entered was probably about 2018, and it was just like small scratch battle stuff. But in the way of like big competition DMC wise and stuff, I haven't entered since 2016. And that was the last time that they held Red Bull Freestyle in New Zealand as well, which I'd love to see them bring back, because like that as a competition super dope, because it's around party rocking, you know what I mean? So it's like all the baddest boys come out, and it quite often gets branded as like this turntablists event, but it's not. It's really not. It's like you could drop as dope as how drum and bass, and I mean it has to be 3 different genres of music. So, but
Okay.
Is the podcast a lot of is there talk in the podcast? I've listened to a lot, but there's just a lot of music.
Yeah, so there is, so because it's actually a radio show,
right.
we put it as a podcast on Mixcloud or whatever, but it is at the end of the day it's a radio show.
Yeah.
So we generally like have 10-15 minutes of music, and then we try to talk for like 10 minutes, and then 10-15 minutes of music, talk for 10 minutes to the guests and
Great.
stuff.
Okay.
I shouldn't be saying this too much, but I really want to start pushing with Alea to do like an actual podcast setup at some point. I reckon, because for me, I think it would be a cool way to get a little bit deeper into the subjects and what we're trying to hit as well.
Absolutely, and you can also get lots more audience, when they can listen on demand. It's just one of those things where people want to be able to access content whenever it suits for them. And we find, for our show that a lot of people watch after the fact. And that's where a lot of, that viewership comes from. So it is a really handy thing to have, I think, even if it's running alongside.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I'm wanting to entertain. Pretty busy at the moment though, but it's
When you say busy, are you a working DJ like in clubs and being booked in places, or what are you doing otherwise?
Yeah, so I do a little bit. I've never really pushed myself as like a working DJ as such. It was always more of a hobby, but yeah, because I teach DJing at Music Institute, Mains,
Sweet.
and it's takes up a lot of my time, especially now in lockdown. It's like the workload goes through the roof.
Are you doing the online offering?
Yeah. So because when we go into lockdown, we've basically just got to continue and just basically remap the way that everything's taught. I spent like 12, 13 hours every day driving around, dropping off gear to students. Like as soon as I could get my hands on gear, I was like driving around the whole of Auckland, like dropping it in their driveway. Like, here, we need you to practice, man.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things too, is like, and then coming back to the mental health thing, it's like I'm super wary about, how they're going through this whole thing as well, because a lot of them tend to struggle. When you see the ones that stop turning up, you've got to always check in on them. Hey, Alea's here.
Yeah.
Alea, you there? The internet on that side not looking amazing. I'll come back to you. Hey, what gear, as a professional, industry professional, what gear are you DJing on?
Me personally, two Technics 1210s, a Rain 72 is my like go-to setup. I just got one of these new Reloop turntables, which is really super sick as well. Do some crazy stuff on it. But I know the standard is the 12. What we've pushed for at Mains is the XDJs and CDJ 2000s and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's always an easy one. What's the best turntable for having at home, just to, if you like collect vinyl, you want to just have a beautiful sound that's not a cheap piece of crap, but not the most expensive thing on the planet as well?
Probably the ProTech. I think it's called ProTech turntables. I know that they're pretty good.
Okay.
You can get them at like Real Groovy and stuff like that. They're just like standard hi-fi turntable. Sounds good. I wouldn't go scratching or nothing on it, but if you just listen to records, you ain't doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Now I think we've got Alea. I think I think this is going to work now. G'day, how are you? Alea, welcome back.
I don't think she knows yet that it's working.
Hello,
She's
sorry.
about to find out.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Yay! Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hey,
yes, we
can. Welcome. Yes. Hey, walk us through this radio show and wrap some chats and how it started and take us through that journey.
Okay, cool. So some chats basically was an idea. I used to go and chat some radio shows about about mental health, and I was at Base FM interview one day, and I just kind of thought about like there's no real like old school or like underground hip hop shows anymore. Like I used to be a big fan of the True School hip that was on Base. I'm sorry. And also Disruptive Show. And I just thought, you know, since I was regularly, why not have a show of my own where I played it that like helped me get through things. And that's kind of how it came about. I presented it to the station. Yeah.
Very cool. I like it. And so here you are now. And were you thinking about making it a podcast? Because we've got a big podcast community who follow us that I think NZ Podcasts are taking under their wing if you want to go with those guys. Aggregate it right out to everywhere.
Yeah, that's actually Alton and I have been talking. Yeah, and I've been doing the chats to like kind of cut them shifts on. Content that we'd like to be keep.
Right. Well, damn Wi-Fi, you know. Sorry. Oh, she's gone as well. It's just us here, Alton.
Oh.
Sorry. No, I was just jumping.
Technology is great when technology is great. To be honest, I'm surprised mine's working this good.
Yeah. Okay, so she's gone. I'll just pop her over here. But anyways, mate, it's nice to. I had no idea that you were a turntablist, and I'm very impressed. So, who was that last guy? He did really well. P Money. You mates with him?
Pete, yeah. I mean,
he's a top.
I don't catch up with him every weekend or anything, but we do stay in contact. And he's definitely someone who's helped quite a bit when I've got like ideas to brush past him, you know. And he's such a nice dude, and he's always keen to like give good feedback and stuff like that as well. So
yeah, excellent. Well, listen, we're having some major issues technically, so we're going to let everybody go now. But I'll tell you what, we'll do a big plug for Raps and Chats and make sure that the word gets out. Probably is already out. I know Rocky as well. He's a top bloke, so I'm glad that the show is full steam ahead and everybody's doing very well. Thanks very much for your time, mate.
Sweet. Cheers, bro. Nice to see you.
Thanks, pal. Yeah. Awesome. And Alea, I'm not sorry about this. The internet is just a shocker, but I've got the gist of the show, and I love the mental health twist, because right now more people are dying of suicide than of COVID right now. So it's on everybody's attention, you know, on their radar. So good luck with it. I'd love to get you on again when we're all in better Wi-Fi areas. I don't know what's happening tonight. It's just not going to plan, but you need more time than what we've given you anyway. Yeah. So we're going to say goodbye. Thank you very much. All the best. And go check out Raps and Chats. Whew. Well, you know, this is a Saturday night. This is why we should be doing weekends.
Was that quite a challenging sort of undertaking tonight, brother?
Oh, man, absolutely. It was probably the hardest show I've ever encountered. Thank you guys for staying with us, all our listenership. And again, like Sophia said earlier, it's not the largest live audience, but we've got a big following when you watch it the next day, usually on the weekend between 9 and midday is when people watch the show. Let's bring back Sophia. And Sophia, thanks for being with us. We've done another show, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
No worries. I just thought I was gonna give it a go and see if I came off, if it made any difference. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna have to have a chat to CB Woodhouse about this. He's gonna have to put us on some sort of super plan. Obviously, whatever I'm rocking in this house is not.
And to be honest, here's the deal. CB's coming on a regular chat with us. So what I'm thinking is, why don't we ask him to go Voyager fiber at each of our locations?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, enough of this fucking around. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Dan and Mel, thank you very much for keeping the faith and bearing with us. Yeah, we're back on Monday, everyone. It's our 4-year-old's birthday tomorrow morning, so we're going to surprise her
beautiful.
with all the gifts. She's going to run out into the lounge and go crazy.
Yes.
So it's going to be.
I was going to show you. May have to
look at
mind
this.
I've just moved, so it's not. I can't actually see what I'm showing you here, but there's a few. There's a few balloons.
Oh,
there
how
we go.
exciting!
And then we just put together this evening her little radio flyer trike.
Oh, cute.
Oh, radio flyer.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah. She's going to
I
love it.
love those. Oh,
So
that's
she's
super.
we've got the world's coolest cake coming, and she's got all her little pizzos. And then I've got some sushi platters to pick up at 12, and we're going to hoon to the park, and she's just going to dominate going around the park in her radio flyer telling people what to do and terrifying birds. And it's going to be awesome.
Very cool. You could probably put like a loaf of bread right there in that little. Has it got the little area in the back there?
No, it's got steps so you can take a passenger.
Oh, you can sort of stand on the back there.
Yeah,
And
you could put a puppy or a sibling on the back, or your loaf of bread if you were going to do that, and just drop crumbs and all the pigeons will follow you, and you can just back it up without telling them.
It'd be super exciting or quite horrifying.
Yeah.
I'm keen to find out which one.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a really good exercise regime, getting around that park sort of a dozen times really fast.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, Sophia, just go back to that camera. Show them the TV. Look what I've done tonight, Benny. You appreciate this.
Oh, I noticed that, actually.
That's
that is high end.
Yeah.
Hey, Mum.
I don't know how he did that, and I don't know how to get it off.
Yeah, we'll get it off for you. Don't worry about it.
Very exciting.
All right, guys. It's time for us to finish. Thank you for the beautiful messages. Thanks, Mel. Love you guys as well. And Celine and Spain.
Hey, look, I updated my avatar. Hello.
Oh, yeah, you did too. That's good. Yeah.
I need
okay.
a person with no hair.
Yeah.
It wasn't much like the I should have put on my shaved bald head picture from you, actually. If you could send that, I'd much appreciate it.
Yeah, I think that's in the Messenger group chat. There's a clear-cut version there too.
Jesus. Great.
I got you.
I really love yeah, thanks, Jamie. We will have a great day tomorrow. Thank you very much. I would love to speak to you next week and do a comparison of Aussie, New Zealand, how it's going with the big C.
We would love to. And also people were commenting, they were asking where you were, because we had another boy on with a mullet, and he was rocking a pretty strong mullet. It was shaved down the sides, but it was really like there was a plume on the top. There's quite a few mullets going on there.
Very impressive.
Wasn't the wine lady lovely? I just want to say that while we wrap up.
I wish I had. I wish I'd sunk a bottle of wine before this interview too. Very, very lovely. I actually worked on a vineyard earlier in the year, and beautiful environment down south there. It's just a very peaceful sort of environment, life on the vineyard, hanging around the cellar door as you do. Yes, jolly good. Very good times.
Oh, look, Jamie says, I don't have a phone holder. Phone me next week. We can chat. Sounds good. Sounds great. And we'll see you all here on Monday for a nice little chin wag.
And it'll be spiffing.
Sunday.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye, Adam.